Hi, everyone. How are you? This is the Love and Money Show. And today we're going to talk about your food and dementia. So, what does this have to do with money? You know, this is the Love and Money Show. Well, if you don't know who you are or where you're at, then it doesn't matter how much money you have. So, it's important to get your health together. Think about the foods that you're putting in your body. And so, this article came from CNN and they actually did a study. And I'm just going to speak about it. You know this already, but hopefully by hearing it, you will start to take action on it. So the more you hear it, the more likely you're going to start doing something about it. So there's a link between dementia and the foods that you put in your body. So processed foods, all the foods that taste good and all the foods that are ready to go meals. Those are the foods that we need to eat less of. So, the frozen pizza, hot dogs, sausages, burgers, fries, sodas, cookies, cakes, candy, donuts, ice cream. Basically, anything that tastes good needs to be limited. So, they did a study and they concluded that if you eat more than 20% of these things on a daily basis, then you are increasing your risk of dementia. So, assuming that people eat around 2,000 calories a day, I know the amount that everybody eats is different, but their assumption is that people generally eat 2,000 calories a day. So, they came up with this number 400. 400 calories a day of eating these types of foods will increase your risk of dementia. So, 20% of a processed food diet will increase your risk of dementia. So, 400 calories was the cutoff that they came up with in this CNN article. And then they took a look at McDonald's, one cheeseburger and one small fry as 530 calories. So, by eating one cheeseburger and one small fry, you have already gone over that 400 calorie limit for the day for processed food. So just keep that in mind. This number that should be less than 20%. So, what it is doing to the brain is that it is affecting the part of your brain that processes information and the part of your brain that helps you to make decisions. So, processed food is negatively affecting the brain, specifically the areas for your decision making and processing information. So, according to this study, if you did decide to eat these processed foods, you could curtail this risk of dementia by eating a lot of the foods that you're supposed to be eating, which are the foods that you know already: the fruits, the vegetables, the whole grains, and the protein. They did a study and they noticed that there was a decrease in cognitive decline when you bumped up the fruits, the vegetables, the whole grains, and the proteins. So you know that the processed foods they have a negative impact on your brain, also a negative impact on your health, increased risk of obesity, heart and circulation problems, diabetes, cancer, and a shorter life. So you may know this already, but eating these foods that taste good are shortening. Well, I'm not going to say they are. They can shorten your life. So keep that in mind when you are eating something that tastes delicious. Are you going to eat what you want? and enjoy a short life? Or are you going to eat what you're supposed to be eating and have a long life? So these processed foods, they also cause inflammation. They're high in fat, sugar, um, all the things that taste delicious. So the whole point of this is to bump up your fruits, bump up your vegetables, bump up your whole grains, and decrease the processed foods. 400 calories or less. So 20% of whatever your calorie intake currently is. So there's a great app, um, MyFitnessPal, where you can log in your calories for the day. It's a great way to limit the amount of food that you eat. So, say for example, that your goal is to lose weight. So, for women, generally, some women would go to 1,200 calories a day, and you can just log in your foods, MyFitnessPal. So, 20% of that 1,200 should be processed foods. Everything else should be the fruits, the vegetables, the whole grains, and the proteins. So, limiting that processed food to 20% of the rest of your calories for the day. So, keep that in mind when you are grabbing food to eat. The point is that your life would be long and that you would have health in old age, not dementia, because you were careless about the foods that you put in your body. Since you know that this is something that you can control, take control and take care of your health, because if you don't have your health, then it does not matter how much money you have, unless you're just using that for better hospitals, better doctors. And that is not the goal of our life, right? Our goal is to be healthy. So take control and just keep this in mind. Again, this is a CNN article. The link between dementia and the foods that we eat. Now, I remember back in the day when Oprah Winfrey, remember she got on national TV and she told you to stop eating burgers? And then the burger companies, they went after her and they sued her. And she was going through all these court battles, legal battles. So it must have been some kind of reason behind that, right? So I'm not telling you don't eat it. What I'm telling you is the number is 20% or less. And this is based on a study, and it is in CNN if you'd like to go take a look at it. All right. This is the Love and Money Show. If you like the show, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. Hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber and the notification bell next to it. You're subscribing for business ideals. I bring people onto the show who share their business ideals with you. They run successful businesses. So hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, check out the links below. See if you find anything interesting. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your nights.